Our final destination is up the Newell Highway. Out of West Wyalong, we're about to meet a remarkable group of Aussies, salt of the earth, to see how they carve a living out of rural Australia. Dorper sheep are bred for their meat, with Tom and Kyla Brooks running a herd of several thousand on their property at Narradin. But it's Merinos, famous for their wool, that is bringing visitors to their property these days. Because this historic woolshed was used to shear all this district's sheep for more than a century. Well, Mary had a little lamb, and today it's Kyla has a little lamb.
I do indeed.
Who we got here?
This is little Echo.
How old?
Oh, about 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks old, and every kid would love patting a lamb like this.
Yeah, they do.
So this is a Dorper.
It is indeed.
A meat sheep.
Yep.
And you're running a good herd of Dorpers here.
We are a pretty good looking mob, we think.
So not only the sheep that you and your brother Tom are herding back across the paddocks here, but we're looking at the woolshed.
The Narradin woolshed, yeah.
Now this is a bit of history.
It is. It was built in 1888, so it's a bit of history that we feel it's worth preserving.
Wow. So you've cleaned it up, you've sorted it right out there. There's what, 28 shearing stations there?
There was. That's how many they had in the blade shearing, and when it went to overhead, there was 14. So.
And also irons. You've been collecting irons.
Yeah, I've been collecting irons for longer than we've had the shed. So I started when I was about 14. So.
Why irons?
Oh, I found one in the paddock one day,
yeah.
And it just got me hooked, really. It was a little polishing iron, so yeah.
Are you a good ironer?
No, I don't like ironing at all, which is quite ironic. Yeah.
So you love collecting them, you don't like ironing?
No, not at all.
But you do love little Echo here?
Yep. He's pretty special, yeah.
Who wouldn't love Echo? You feel like giving a big kiss. From Kyla's sheep property to a family who's innovating with grain crops. Bettina Walker and her husband Rob produce organic grains from their property, Whispering Pines. We're seeing a truly organic grain processing plant here.
That's exactly right. Totally certified organic. We grow our own spelt, wheat, oats and rye, and we mill it into flour, or we make rolled oats with it.
So that's quite something. An organic farm, organic produce.
Yes.
All made here on your own property,
and
just out of West Wyalong and the Newell Highway.
And all certified.
This is an Austrian mill, is it not? Quite historic.
It is. It's from Austria, and it took 6 months to come out here on a boat.
So we're watching the grain, the rye being ground here.
Yes.
Being processed, finishing up, ready
yes.
to bake a cake, prepare.
Bake a cake or bake a loaf of bread.
Or bake some biscuits.
Bake some biscuits.
With a cuppa.
With a cuppa.
Then there's award-winning farmers who produce mulch, run a nursery and a cafe in West Wyalong. Well, Sarah, delightful operation you've got going here. You've got the wonderful food for starters.
So our food, as much as we can, is grown in our own kitchen garden. So today's salad is tomatoes we've grown, basil, locally sourced prosciutto, croutons.
And the terrine here?
And the terrine is all from our garden. So roast pumpkin, capsicum, tomatoes and plenty of zucchinis.
And the big thing is your mulch.
It is. So we're farmers about 60 k's east of West Wyalong, and the byproducts of our cropping system we turn into a mulch, and it's all steamed so there's no weeds and it's dust-free, and it's above all easy to use, and it's a real innovation for gardeners.
And finally, there's the rural conservationist. Mal Carnegie is taking me across the newly flooded waters of Lake Cowell. So Mal, this is a wonderful experience right on sunset here, the sun about to set, motoring in between all these beautiful dead gum trees. It's quite picturesque, quite an experience.
Yeah, the old river red gums make it look pretty spectacular.
So Mal, you've been busy with your still camera, taking all sorts of beautiful photographs.
We've had a lot of straw-necked ibis come through, and also royal spoonbill, so they've been nesting in the area, so that's good. So Lake Cowell offering us a wonderful closing scene for this great adventure to West Wyalong and Brent. That's right, yeah, it's a good spot.